quorum is established. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members here. And we can stand for a pledge of allegiance.
Well, we need to do,
Oh, you want us,
Acting
yes,
chair.
acting chairman, we want to vote, okay. Yep.
I'll nominate Ron as acting chairman.
Ron can be the chair.
For tonight?
Yeah, for tonight, acting.
Why not?
Acting.
There we go.
Just an act, it's only an act.
And then we can stand for pledge.
I felt like I was in church.
Oh.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was waiting for a chair to start it off.
No, I didn't know who was gonna start it, because Lori started something. I figured-
They asked us to do that.
Under God's will.
We used to do it with school board and education. Yeah, it was during. We, do you wanna do all the minutes at one time under one motion,
Oh, yeah.
or do you wanna do them separately?
I wasn't paying attention.
Sorry, we were talking.
Do you wanna do the minutes, approve them all at one time, or individually?
I think I'm all one.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of April 7th, 2015, April 21st, 2015, May 5th, 2015, and the special meeting, May 11th, 2015.
Great.
I'll second that.
Alright. Anybody opposed? Motions are approved, minutes are approved. I do have, a confirmation from Richard Struck. He reached out to, the woman for the CREC. She's going to be coming, to the meeting on the 2nd of,
June second.
Alyssa is her name, June 2nd meeting to answer questions or go over the scope of the work that she sent to us to go through. And he's also gonna expand on it and add in the social and economic impact to Stafford if the hospital should close. So that's gonna be June 2nd, she'll be coming. And I didn't hear anything about the manufacturing lumber company change. Did you talk to Richard at all about that, or no?
I did talk to him about that. I didn't really hear anything back. I said that we should get in contact with the railroad again, their marketing person, and really didn't hear anything back on that.
So we don't have any contact information either?
We don't have any contact information.
The railroad is very difficult to deal with. The
Yeah.
Sharp
Jensen-
Cycle over here, that we bought this land over here that abuts the railroad, took them 8 years to close the deal. 8 years.
Wow.
And they agreed to it 7 years ago. That's how long it took them to close the deal. It was just manana, you know, just,
Yeah.
and it finally just happened. So they're very difficult to deal with apparently.
I did talk to the bakery gentleman, and he was supposed to call me back with regards to his business. And I told him that we were looking at what available, properties he could move into and stuff, and, but, you know, he hadn't called me back about attending here or coming and introducing himself, or, you know, he was supposed to call me back. But I did reach out to him.
Do you know if anything on that, what you've given me, is it still available, do we have any additional stuff? You know, if there's been
I
any
did
changes?
hear that the, over near the Big Y, Scott Dobson's property,
It
right
is.
next, I
It's
heard
for
that was
sale.
up on the market.
It says commercial right on the front of it.
$600,000, I think it was somewhere around that vicinity. He's got it up on the market, so that's the only additional property
I'll
that
add.
new, yeah, that came along. And I did not contact the mayor of Putnam.
Should we ask Rich to do that?
You wanna ask Richard to do that?
What if we should, or should we do it?
I would think it's the EDC that wants to see them, so.
Right. Who's gonna do that?
He's a very nice guy, and very easy to go along with, so.
Do
he'll
you
take
know
anything.
him?
Do you know
Make
him?
feel comfortable?
I don't know him, but I talked to him at the, when they were doing the American Woolen thing when he came
Yeah.
to talk to that. I spent about 10 minutes talking to him for not that whole thing. Very nice guy.
That's enough, you're hired.
Should've stayed home.
So Pete will call.
Yeah, it's fine.
And Sal, you were working on the central listing of the available property, and that'll be available for the next meeting.
Yeah, I was hoping to have it for this one, but again, I went away last week, and then I was thinking that we were having it next week.
So that's just all the properties that are commercially available for sale, or lease, whichever.
Correct,
Did
yes.
you mention McKinney at all? Wasn't it McKinney?
Richard was supposed to give me his cell number. Haven't heard from Richard.
Oh, okay,
That's before I
for
left.
that property up there.
Yeah, so I'll call Richard tomorrow again,
Mhm.
try to get that number.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's all, pretty much everything that you gave me is in there. Now I'm just finalizing the report, because I put so much information in there that the report is like this long. We
Right.
printed on like double legal, so I'm
Mhm.
trying to condense it all down. It's gonna be in a smaller font,
Okay,
but I'm working on that, but all the information's pretty much in there.
okay.
The only other part was, the pictures. I'm gonna break all of that out, so that's gonna take me a little bit of time to do that too, so I didn't wanna rush that. Because when you gave it to me, it's all a listing, some of them are 20+ pages, and they're all in a PDF. So I'm gonna attach that same PDF to everything, and the database is gonna be huge.
Right.
So I'd rather just have that one picture, and I'll clean that up, that's not a big deal.
Okay. Works. And, the next thing, Peter?
Yeah, very preliminary stages right now, so I should have something concrete for the next meeting, I'll say, for Brownfield
Okay.
research.
And if you needed to be made copies, if you could email it to me, then I could make copies and print it out.
Okay,
All
thanks.
right? Then we have the old business, the approval of the survey questions, which I think we're gonna look to table that until we have Alyssa coming here, and she's the one that's gonna be doing the survey. So I had talked to Ingrid Aristat on the Conservation Commission, and I suggested to her to put together some questions, you know, because she was coming to me saying she heard that we were looking for her input on our questions, and I says, well, I think that each commission individually should be proposing questions for the survey, you know, so, I had talked to her a little bit about that the other day.
You know, my opinion of it is ultimately we should take whatever the professionals have as input and really, because they do this for a living.
Oh, correct.
Yeah, if they don't want questions from us, fine. If they do, fine.
Absolutely.
Let them tell us
Yeah.
what they want.
But at least we're ahead of the game, we're not gonna be outstanding that we have stuff that we worked on already, so we'll let them do it.
Do the other commissions know that Craig is coming? Maybe we should make sure that they know.
We could, so you want me to send out invitations or
Yeah, I
notify
wonder
the
if we-
chairperson?
That way,
Like
because if they're
planning
coming
and
out,
zoning.
Planning and zoning and
else?
and
conservation.
conservation, I think they should be,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
And then we could even discuss questions if we want with them, saying these are some of the stuff that we're proposing.
So planning and zoning and conservation,
Mhm.
I should email them.
Yeah, just make sure that they know,
All right.
that's all right, yeah.
And Rich already knows that they're coming.
Yeah, he's the one that set it all up, because I had gone through him to do that,
Yeah, and
so.
even on that note, even if we do have to do another joint meeting and file meeting minutes to try to get enough from each one of those commissions to make it official.
So it's our regular meeting that she's gonna be here, so I'll just.
See what she says, just go by what she says.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And for the EDC webpage development proposals for visitor page, I think Sal and I had made contact with a company, looking for a quote of what they could do for us too. And, you know, it was a good conversation and everything,
And that was with a discount, because I know them.
yeah. What was it, 11,000, 12,000, no, 20?
No, it was 17,000 for phase one, and there was like, total of like 3 or 4 phases.
Mhm,
So I think we're looking at like 50 or 60 grand to have that done.
mhm.
But I think that's something that definitely needs to be done. Not that
That was
amount,
way over our
obviously, yeah, no, we need something, but
You know,
we
we had
obviously.
gone on to the Stafford page and,
Oh, yeah,
me
you-
and
did you
Sal,
talk with
we
him?
had gone, no, I haven't reached, him at all. But we went on to the Stafford webpage and there's maps on there
There's a lot of
There's
information
a
out
lot
there.
of information on the Stafford page,
Use
that,
authentications
you know,
and the
yeah.
time to
maps
search through, because it's
of each
not,
section of town, the businesses, where you could have a link and the businesses, if they put their email, or you could do a link off. The Stafford page itself
Mhm.
has a lot of information. I think
There's a lot
maybe
out there.
we could ask the guy that does the Stafford page to come here, maybe we could do, a link for, you know, the EDC, and then have all that information on the EDC page or something, or somehow to break it apart.
yeah, it's that little
I don't
wording.
know. But I was surprised to see what was there.
I'd have to talk with Eric on that, technical wise, to see how much room there is on that server.
Yeah, but he
I don't-
doesn't do, Eric doesn't do the webpage, town webpage. I thought it was
He
that
has
other
a-
company that
Yeah,
we
he has
have,
a part in it.
Todd, yeah. For uploading things, and for sending out the emails and that kind of stuff, but I thought there was another gentleman that, Todd was his name, that created it, yeah. I mean, we could always invite him to come and see if there's something, or see what can be done, cause I know it's a minimal cost that
Well-
he charged the town to do the town's webpage.
I would expect adding some pages in, knowing what the town's webpage is programmed in, we're probably looking at a minimum of about 5,000 to 10,000.
If we can just take what's there and just move it, because it's over on the bottom right-hand side, you don't even, took me 5 minutes for you to even explain to me where to click on it over there, I wasn't even looking there, and it just needs its own
Yeah, so
tab.
maybe even, you know, Ken, if you tell the people on Main Street, you know, some of the business owners, they do have, if you go onto the Stafford webpage, they do have links to the businesses, and they have like little dots on the maps and stuff, that they could click onto it, and it shows like Penny Hanley and Holly, Vibbert's Insurance.
Well, with all due respect, when it comes to the actual town website, it needs to be it just needs to be overhauled. It's way past it.
Yeah.
It's from the
It,
sixties.
it really, well, I wouldn't say that,
It's
but
really-
it's,
Sort of
I
like
mean,
Gumby
we're-
poking
it's a
fun.
little more sophisticated than reel-to-reel tape
I know.
computers, but it's close to punch
You can't
cards,
pass a
yeah.
budget, never mind getting
That's pretty bad.
a webpage.
But,
Compared
but
to
the
the
thing
school
is
system.
you can do like, you don't have to spend a fortune getting people to program things and, I mean, you can use, you know, pop-up vanilla thing, other towns do it all the time. Check out other towns' websites, see what they're using, because you can do this on a shoestring. 17,000 for phase one is lunacy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I'm sorry, but it just
Well,
sounds
Do you know what it
ridiculous.
included though?
You know what, unless it included a chorus line of live dancers, so that the entire website reached out and grabbed me by the lapels and said, "Come to town, see it."
You know what it
But I
included
just
was a
think it's
whole
hard for
new
people to
map.
find it.
No, it is,
It
but I think
included
the
all
high
of
school
that
had
in
a
it.
tech.
That's, I can't see how that, how that totals to that. I mean, the map,
Right, exactly.
if you utilize Google Maps and a couple of other features and work with, some of the organs that are out there that buy them and then sell them to you, you can get that stuff for very little money.
Because, yeah,
It's more legwork. I mean, it means that you've actually gotta have somebody in
we did
town
have,
do it.
it was a pretty extensive wish list that we.
Well, if you did include a chorus line, et
Yeah, we
cetera,
did.
and damn
We
it,
did
you know,
actually, I don't think there was anything we left off of that conversation, was it, Lori?
then 17 for phase one's pretty good.
Actually, it was 20, I think he gave me a $5,000 discount on that. So it was over 20 grand. It was like 22,000.
Tell them it's not
And they're
that.
like, with Larry's discount, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
Doesn't help.
if he started at 22, you just gotta tell him, look, it's not that kind of show.
It's funny. He just put the bid in for the state of Connecticut's website. They're working on that one now.
They waste money all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not, you don't wanna,
Our tax dollars to waste, right?
It's funny.
Your laughter.
oh, I can't help it.
I know.
It's funny.
I'm gonna have to move the camera over here.
Go ahead.
It's funny. But, yeah, so I think we should talk with him definitely, and see what options are available, because the stuff that's out there is pretty cool. It will work. It's definitely a lot better than I thought we had.
Yeah.
We actually have something.
vision plan, set goals. I don't know what anybody wants to do with that.
I'm trying to remember what this one, how did this one get on here?
This is the one where we, well, we, Laurie and myself ended up writing up the goals, in the vision. Laurie had the presentation, I had the multiple page Word document.
Is that what, is that the software you use and I have the picture of downtown and all of that? Is that
Yes,
fu-
yes,
Okay,
that was
alright.
I would assume that's something Ron and I haven't seen because we're doing.
Probably.
Yeah, I haven't
So,
seen that
you
yet.
know what,
It's pretty cool.
I can bring it next week, it was just a,
Excellent.
It's kind of-
next meeting.
Yeah, actually, it's right here.
Oh, nice.
This is it, right?
Right. Mhm.
Oh,
It's
cool.
just something that I had done,
You have
it's
the
a
Word document
draft,
too?
not anything that's approved
Sure.
by,
That's a work in progress.
yes. I don't know if anybody else had any information or wanted to
Probably
put something
missing here.
together. Because I figured maybe we could have something like that for the next joint meeting that we shared with the, Conservation Commission and
Well,
planning.
that's gonna be
zone.
greatly impacted based on what she said when they
Exactly.
do their report. So
Exactly.
we
So
can,
maybe we
we
could
can say
just
we wanna
table
do,
that.
we can wanna have a football stadium and airport,
Right,
but if she says this is the place for it, then, you know, that's
Mhm.
different story, so,
so it's kind of a neat thing
so,
to do,
yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of, I think.
Let's table. Let's table that till after we, talk to her for our survey, I think that's kind of the key to the whole thing. The survey question.
Alright, so we wanna, what, table that one for
Yeah,
the next
I
joint
think it
meeting?
really, once we get the survey questions and, see what they have to provide us, we can go back to that maybe.
Alright. That works.
And then we have the discussion, the meet and greet.
Yeah, that one we're not ready to talk about yet. Yeah, do we have any, do we know what's going on with the theater down there? The amphitheater? Is there, have you heard anything?
That's going before the, planning and zoning on May, what's the calendar?
I just met the other day.
May 26th, yeah, I think it's gonna go next Tuesday,
Okay.
for approval to put it in down there. Let's try to get the electricity lines down there, so it's the 26th that's going through.
You talking about Hyde Park?
Yes,
Yeah,
and then there's the, EDC's application to increase the square footage for the buildings, which is gonna go before the planning and zoning on June 9th.
is that gonna be, or what direction, that way?
It's gonna be here.
Oh, the meeting's gonna be here? It's not gonna be at the
So,
senior center?
Unless we get enough people to come here,
Alright.
and then it'll have to be moved upstairs auditorium, I'm hoping.
This looks good, Lorraine. I like some of the pictures. Yeah.
It was just kind of a rough thing, you know,
Yeah.
I need to put together about what you hope.
Yeah, now, do we know that, Dollar General's, are they gonna have awnings on there?
I'm not sure, that would be
Okay,
a
that would be
planning
planning
and
and zoning,
zoning,
I was
yeah.
supposed to know if anyone's seen the
Yeah.
prelims on that.
Nope,
Okay.
that's still
Let
in
people
that
take a look
phase,
at
I'm not
this.
even sure what Dollar General, is what's going on with that.
I thought that was already, I thought everything was
It
good
was.
for Dollar General,
Yeah.
but everything was all set.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did have awnings on there.
Yeah, there's a picture of it with the awnings, that looks nice, I
yeah,
like
pretty
that.
decent,
Yeah.
that goes more with what we're
Yeah, that
looking
would
at
go
here.
more to what we're looking for in town.
Mhm.
Because I think everything, the whole outside, everything was approved at that meeting, because I remember there was pretty extensive conversations about what the outside of that building looked like.
Mhm. Well, that's all right, you know, it's,
Yeah.
Has anyone talked, about David's property down on Main Street?
I can tell you that, the last Board of Selectmen meeting, Rich said that the town was interested in perhaps purchasing it
Oh,
at this
okay.
point,
He's been
because,
negotiating with Dave for
Oh, okay.
3 or
It's-
4 months and it's not
it-
going anywhere.
yeah, it's kind of confounding the entire state of Main Street. I mean, the Chinese restaurant just finished siding the side of their building.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
You know, they've moved,
That's-
they're moving, they're in the
Need a
process.
small cities grant for that?
Ooh,
The,
Oh, I
the
don't
man
know.
who was
I have
fixing it.
no idea what he got.
I mean,
but-
all of a sudden he was up there and he's doing
I
it.
know,
that's
Looks
good.
great.
Looks a lot
but, you
better.
know,
Yeah.
Big and so.
Big, exactly, yeah, it really does, it looks a lot better.
yeah, the only problem is, of course, that it's next to a place that looks like
Okay, Jason Poppy.
yeah, right, but it does, I mean, it's an embarrassment. But I don't know, you'd have to talk to P and Z, maybe Blight. at least get you $50 a day or whatever the hell the fee is. I mean, till he does something with it. Yeah, it looks atrocious. And his sister's campaign sign really doesn't belong in the lot either. I mean, that's really not helping matters.
So we're gonna table the meet and greet
Oh, okay,
till after the budget passes. See what the budget goes and see if we have money and what we can do.
yeah, where we gonna have it?
Economic development logo.
I think we need that,
Where's
because,
that gonna go?
well, if we're gonna start putting stuff out, communicating, you know, like, that whole, actually, what I was thinking about is, like, with that database, if we're gonna start getting out information when businesses or potential businesses reach out to us, I think we need a logo with a letterhead. I mean, what are we gonna put on there? You know, I
So
think we
everybody
need,
comes back next week, next meeting with a logo design. And we'll pick out what we want. So where are you gonna do it?
that'll work,
Okay?
You could reach out to the Arts Commission,
that's a good idea.
have somebody there who's interested in doing a logo. I know they're doing one for their commission.
Are they?
Honest to God.
Nice.
And I
Arts
thought,
Commission?
you know, why not? What the heck?
Yeah,
You're one big happy family.
Exactly.
yeah,
Are you gonna reach out to them and ask them if they'll do it?
I'll send it to, that's the Arts Commission?
Yeah, Cheryl.
Yeah. I'm sure.
That almost sounds like. You wanna give it,
Yeah, I
Give
can
something,
contact her,
yeah.
Cheryl, I email her and send her out something and see what she's doing, who she's using.
Why, do you have another suggestion?
let people submit them, and let's, do something like a gift card to one of the places down here on Main Street.
Oh, for whoever, throw it out to the public and ask someone to do it?
Yeah,
Open it up to the town and ask people in the town if they wanna take part in it.
let's contact through the Arts Commission, but let's also give some type of an incentive, a cheap incentive. I know we've still got
Yeah, they're
money in
gonna-
our budget for the marketing in the current fiscal year.
Well, they're gonna want you to pay for it, I guarantee it. That's coming out of EDC's budget, a gift card, they're not gonna spend it.
Oh, yeah.
A motion to do that, or-
I make a motion that we do
Or
a
just wanna
gift
do
card
anything in mind
of,
for a logo? Do you guys have anything in mind for a logo, anything? You guys discussed it before?
I've never,
No, I
We've
haven't
never really
pursued it.
discussed
So we don't have we don't have any logo right now?
Nothing, no.
Okay, okay.
can we use, like, we can use stuff around town,
I don't think so.
but obviously we're gonna have the fountain in there
Almost
somewhere, I'm
maybe.
sure.
Yeah. Spring.
we should also register it with the town clerk, the one that's chosen. That way, it is town property, and it can only be used by the Economic Development Commission.
So your motion was to,
I'm thinking a
Vibrant downtown maybe or something. we could
I'm
think
thinking like a $40 gift card to one of the businesses downtown.
of. We'll see, I don't know,
I kind of would like to see if what us,
yeah, maybe we
and
can,
EDC first, and then.
Yeah,
we could do-
okay.
yeah, maybe we can bounce some ideas off each other.
Mhm.
Maybe something to do with, make a downtown look of a vibrant downtown for, we can,
Put our heads together.
yeah, we'll figure out
So
something.
everybody goes home and then comes back next meeting.
Maybe I could pick Pete Rossi's
There you
brain,
go.
he's usually
Yeah.
good at helping me with logos, so I'll talk to Peter,
Right. It sounds good.
you know? I'll give Mr. Rossi a call, he's pretty creative.
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's a shortage of creativity in town by any means.
No, no, yeah.
So, the motion is taken off the table. And there was, Karen had given gentleman who talked about maps and pricing and creating a map for the town and everything. And then, they would need a minimum of $4,000 in ad sales, and that would require somebody here on the commission to go out there and, do some
We said $4,000.
solicitation.
That's
$4,000
mail map.
worth
Is
of,
that mail map?
mail a map. Yep, and I'm not doing it. So I'm just putting that out there. So, I don't know if we wanna pursue it, or if we just really wanna go with the town website more, using that map, or I don't know what,
The only thing is if
that's on the,
you can't print the one, at least I didn't try it anyways, but I'm assuming the one that's on site. We'd like to be able to print it and put it in their hand, and, you know, if they're coming by train or whatever, something they can print and bring with them.
Can I see that one, I'm just wondering if he's still got that one option on the table that
I use my phone, I don't know, I use my phone, I don't know, I just,
okay.
I don't know.
Uh,
I have a map here, I don't really see a lot of that. I don't know. With the new age of phones, I don't know if a physical map is really the way to go anymore, I don't know. Just my, I mean, it's just my
the
opinion.
train
guys,
going
you know,
through,
anyway.
maybe through the main street areas where it's a walkable distance for people, but that's when the passenger train goes through.
If,
I
well,
think
that's
it's-
gonna be a long
I mean,
time.
That
you can
could
make it
be
small.
5 years.
It could be 5-6 years.
You wanna do like.
Exactly.
You shouldn't worry about
The
that.
way they grow that property, that could be 7-8 years. So I think that's something we can just take off the agenda.
How about Louise, wasn't Louise supposed to do something? Yeah, Mr. Louise.
I do not,
I don't,
no.
Mr. Sabler, 44, was he supposed to do that, wasn't,
What was
was
he
he supposed to do that?
What?
yes,
Was
he
he supposed
was.
to?
The map,
The map?
Come up with a drawing for us,
Mhm.
several times.
Right. So I think I'm just gonna
Now-
take that off the, agenda.
This right here has got the same thing as when I initially contacted him back in, I believe it was going back to November, where he's offering the 20% commission, standard commission rate of 20% for everything that's sold on it. If we wanna vote on it and throw it out to one of the school groups or one of the youth groups that are always trying to fundraise, and see if they can sell it. They have the stake in the game of, they're gonna get 20% of that $4,000 total.
would the woman that's coming have a good idea as to whether or not that works?
It's what-
I think it's gonna be hard to raise
Okay,
funds.
some stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe she would.
In talking with some of the business owners on Main Street, they're probably not going to buy the different size ads that they have offering in here. $185 for one that's 3/4 of a business card.
Okay,
Four size, 700, pass it down.
That's never gonna fly.
What is it for? Print or what are you trying
When's
to?
the last time anybody used a map?
Oh, the
I
map.
know, I honestly, I can't
They
remember.
haven't in years.
I know, I'm on my phone.
Right.
It is good for a walkable community, but we're not.
But you got your
quite there
phone,
yet.
you can,
We're not,
Yeah, if-
we're
To
not-
be honest, yeah, I don't think you're there yet.
Right.
No, if we were like,
I think you're spending the money,
we were a little more
ahead of
Hampton
time.
or something, we get to that
Well,
point, then I could.
the whole thing on this
I just
is,
don't know right now, you know,
it's not the
I don't-
commission, it's not the town,
I don't know what's going
it's
on.
not the town government
Yeah,
spending the
that's a
money.
lot of money, I don't.
This would be
I don't think any.
a group
Right.
that would be chosen, would be getting that 20% commission, and then it's just choose the group.
So up in Putnam, they have a business association,
Yeah.
of which the different business owners go in, and they donate or put together,
Yeah.
whether it's $100 a year, you know, and they do a venture like that, I think that's what they do up there.
well, maybe the downtown businesses should be asked if they think a map is helpful to them.
Right. Well, they're the ones that came to us,
But that has to do that.
that asked us to look into that, yeah.
I think it's premature.
I think it's premature right now, the train isn't coming through here for years to come.
Well, I don't think it's that. I don't think you really have that much business downtown.
Right,
I mean, I did a sort of informal survey of friends who talked about, you know, coming
It's
to
kinda hard to
town.
get lost on Main Street.
Right,
It's
it
only a
really
3-minute
is.
walk.
Well, that's it, and people from various places, and they
New
said,
York City.
quite frankly, you need at least 7 businesses to have a viable.
So
So-
what do you guys think on that? Just let it go, or?
Well, I don't, if the train, when the train
I'm
comes.
mixed on it.
maybe
I
that's
know,
the
I
best
ju- I
plan,
just don't
and
know if
discuss
it's,
it.
if it's,
It's something that.
I think let's give it a try, let's see if a youth group can actually go out and do it, one that's looking for a fundraiser.
Who's gonna do all
Yeah.
the more work
I
on
mean,
that?
who's,
That would be
Someone's
the-
gotta set it up.
yeah, I just, it'd be hard for a young group like that to go out and push $4,000 worth of sales, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's, no, it's not gonna work, I
I
mean,
think it's something that maybe
I
when
mean, nothing, I just don't think it's gonna work.
When you have little shops
You know,
in town or something,
alright.
right now, I don't
Yeah.
think it's.
It's gonna be tough.
Unfortunately, that's more,
The thing is, are the downtown
Shadow than
businesses
substance.
going to,
Apparently.
it
put
really
ads
is.
in there for that kind of money?
And part of that is,
Let's do a
Some of them
survey.
have already
We did
said
a
they can't
survey.
afford $100, so.
Exactly,
Well,
they
part of
basically
it is
said
just
that,
a
so I
question of
just
money.
don't see how
it's
this
divergent
thing is
interests
gonna work.
and sort of
Yeah,
circling
this
the
would-
wagon.
It would be more
I
for
mean,
the
people
outlying
that had tough
businesses.
winters.
I mean, honestly, they would have to do it.
Right,
Yeah.
it's a fair business association, or like,
You know,
they're responsible.
The other side of it is,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really not.
the downtown business
Yeah,
association
that
is
first meeting, I was wondering why it fell in the
quaint,
EDC, I
but
mean, even
what
from a
it really
business
should
standpoint,
be
I didn't
is
think,
the Stafford
If
Business
they want
Association, the bigger
like you
one.
said, start a small
that
business association.
Everyone's working
Get
to
some
launch.
dues, get some participation, these people are gonna have to
Budget.
'Cause I mean,
participate though.
If you
And
did
vote.
They
that
can,
with,
they can talk all they
if you
want,
could
but they're
figure
gonna
out how
have
to
to do it.
do,
Right.
Someone's gonna have to take charge down there and do the association and get the fees and.
So Ronnie's gonna do the
No,
association.
no, I'm not
Maple
pushing,
tire, maple tire.
I'm not pushing for a map, no, I'm
No,
not
not for
pushing,
the map.
no.
Drop the map. We're done with the map thing. I'm talking about this association. for the
No,
town.
no, there's,
Oh, well,
I
we're-
do, I've got
thought
little
about-
league, I do a lot,
Have you thought about
someone
maple
else can
tire
roll
funding a
that.
professional football team for the town?
I think
You got an
someone on
extra
Main
70 or
Street,
80 million
I think someone on Main Street should, do
I
that.
mean, I think it's a great idea, you know, but I'm not sure how many people are gonna wanna get involved, I mean,
It's
you know,
tough.
I think it's
Well,
great for
Lisa,
them to-
Lisa at Three Graces already said she can't get everybody to put in money and get involved, and for all of those businesses, the ones that want it. So what do you do?
And basically, the map would center on their businesses more than the others.
Mhm.
I mean, everything's on, pretty much, everything's on 190, right? Not everything, but almost everything is on 190.
Yeah,
It's hard to get lost.
Right,
So we're gonna remove.
I mean,
the map.
basically,
I'm gonna remove that from the agenda. I'd
Have
like
a
to go back
website.
to the discussion.
you know, I have people find me all the time on my website,
Mhm.
they punch it in, they find Maple Tires, TRA, whatever. The phone's the way to go.
I'd like to go back to like the meet and greet part of that when we decide we're gonna do that with the businesses, whether it's at Basil's or wherever, but what guest speakers we would be looking to entertain there might be a good thing.
Definitely.
For us to
Maybe
talk
get-
about and pull together, whether it be Kurt,
Yeah, maybe have Kurt do a little, yeah.
I don't know,
Let's see if
just
we can-
everybody could put their heads together. try
Yeah.
to-
Let's see if we can get Kurt, Tony,
You know, for the businesses to talk to them and stuff.
No.
I just-
What do you think about maybe having it at I was thinking about too, maybe, like the downtown area? Would you think maybe have it down there somewhere,
Palace.
or in Haymarket Square, Haymarket Park maybe? Or is that too small? How many people, we'd have to figure out how many people there are that we'd
Maybe
invite.
Send it out to, and
Yeah,
What day of the week are we talking about? What time of day are we talking
I don't think it'd be a
it
Saturday.
would be an evening, I would say sometime.
I was thinking more about, well, I was thinking of a Saturday, but I don't know. That way people,
about? Saturday evening?
yeah. I don't
Saturday
know.
evening, maybe?
I was thinking like maybe
Friday
4 o'clock
evening?
or something. 3 o'clock on Saturday or
I
something.
think you need to
I
do
don't
it
know.
earlier than that, and businesses probably go home.
Your backyard.
Maybe we could think of some
Yeah.
possible sites.
What is the
Times and
objective?
sites.
Because this was before me, so what's the objective
Yeah.
of this? What's the reason you're doing it?
Pretty much to bring the businesses together and introduce ourselves to them and let them introduce themselves to each other. And then also, I think they should form,
Business association.
Well, they have one.
They do.
So that's what Lisa said, if I'm not mistaken, they
Yeah,
have a
The
loose association.
downtown has
The
an
downtown, right?
association.
Like, do they?
No,
It's
no,
very
there's
full.
Stafford, there's the Stafford
Just
Business
the downtown.
Association, it has a website,
Okay.
and there's like 40 people on it or more.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, that's
so
right.
they're-
Yeah,
Okay.
but they,
That's
and
right,
they met
that's
once, and
started
I
up.
think they had met another time, but they had to cancel because of the weather or something.
Yeah.
So,
Do you know who the chair is on it, or?
I think Louise has started that.
Louise.
So it's been,
okay.
they don't meet anymore. I know I went to that one that was at,
Well, I think they just got canceled, but they haven't picked another.
Oh,
I don't
is
know.
that the one they had at the Palace, possibly?
No,
That
no,
was
that was
another
the,
one.
that was the local, that was the downtown thing.
Okay.
That
okay.
was a different
Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't
situation.
sure.
I think it
Okay.
was at ABS.
Were you there?
No, no, I
That's-
wasn't.
That's too bad, that was
Yeah.
actually quite
Well, I
good.
think they're still
I think I
gathering
was
names,
away.
so.
That
So
was
the
actually
purpose is
And I
to,
think it could be an informative,
so
it
it's,
could
so it's
be
for the
informative.
businesses and the EDC to chat amongst each other, and that's the extent of the scope, that's the.
Maybe we should
people
make,
are.
maybe we should make it build on, you
I
know,
think
build
also
up
about
to
the
the-
development of staff,
starting a stronger
the
association.
electric, the Z-Rec
Right, but
get them
programs.
all in that room together.
Who's coming? Who's gonna come?
See if we can build a
So
stronger
EDC and
bond,
Businesses,
you know.
that's
Yes,
it,
yeah,
Generate
that's
some
what we're
action.
gonna do.
it's not for the general public, it's for the.
Maybe they could form, you know,
So
some
maybe
from
that's
that
where we
group.
can kinda get the ball rolling, maybe with the association, get some more involvement.
Right, we
Maybe-
could go from that.
Yeah.
Maybe ask some one of them to attend our meeting and put them on the agenda to discuss things that they wanna discuss. You know what I mean, maybe we should,
Somebody from that business
from that
association.
business association,
would be
try to encourage them to
Louis.
attend these meetings, you know what I mean? They don't attend all of our meetings, but it'd be nice if they, you know, if they could, and then,
So talk to Louis.
Well, this ties in with the presentation, she's gonna come and talk about the survey and the questions and all that,
Mhm.
because if you're gonna have a meet and greet, and you're gonna generate discussion, you're gonna generate questions and ideas, and that plays into her coming to talk to us about doing that for us, so it fits together.
Right.
And you really wanna do the meet and greet before you do hire them to do the questions, wouldn't you? And do the survey. You wouldn't wanna do it after.
I don't think that the survey questions really have to go with that meet and greet though.
Well, what I mean by
Results
that
of
is
the
if there's
survey.
questions that those people ask and ideas they have, that then wouldn't that be part of what you'd wanna give the, people coming to do the presentation, so that
So
they have an
once-
idea on what the vision of the resident, not the residents, but of the businesses was.
So it would be after the survey.
Well,
What
that's
the
what I'm trying to figure out, how that, they sort of tie together a little bit, not 100%,
Yeah,
but to
but-
a degree they do.
I'm almost thinking that, after she comes here from Craig, that we'll have a better idea of how we should proceed with this scope of work, for one. Two, asking her questions like this. I'm under the belief that a Chamber of Commerce would be a town-wide Chamber of Commerce with the businesses is a better way to proceed than these smaller business associations. A Chamber of Commerce is there for a reason to pull all of the businesses together and have people in different facets being officers in that chamber.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a
it-
Chamber
it's-
of Commerce, we have
we
a
don't
town.
Yeah, we just had the town and county.
Well, we have Rotary. We have Rotary,
We do have
which we
Rotary,
could use, we could make, I don't know who's in that, we could make use, you in Rotary?
No, I'm not.
Because we could potentially make use of that.
Yeah.
Go to a Rotary meeting. I don't know. If we had a Chamber of Commerce, yes, but it's town Chamber of Commerce, so it's not as easy.
But we can, the businesses here can start their own Chamber of Commerce.
Could, but
Yeah, it's been done. Not, well,
Not successful.
no.
No, I saw a file at the Stafford
Yeah, I would
Historical
say-
Society about the Chamber of Commerce that used to be here, I guess.
I would say one of our key goals is on this board would be if we, like you said, we find out that someone wants to come in like a bakery or a manufacturer, we try to do some of the legwork to get them located to the right people, to the proper tenants or the right property. I mean, I don't know, I just thought maybe that's, when I came on board, that's probably what we're looking to go after. Is that where our goal is, more or less?
Well, we're working on that packet, which we have.
Yeah,
stuff
and
from
I
First
like how you're
Niagara
working on
Bank.
the real estate, you know,
Yeah.
that's good.
Well, we also had First Niagara Bank, they were willing to work with them, and they gave us
To start
information.
business from the
Yeah,
ground.
so I like what you were doing there
It's
with
like
all
a
the
folder, yeah.
possible property listings.
to help them and then guide them through the process, like,
Right.
of what they need to do and make sure that they do what they're supposed to do.
To walk them through the process, even if it has to go to planning and zoning, meeting and stuff.
Yeah. There's like a whole little welcome packet, I think.
Oh, nice.
That's what I was thinking that we were
Yeah.
gonna put together,
Yeah.
welcome
that's
package.
part of it.
That's good.
The thing is I just think we should somehow get someone that represents the businesses in town to come to this meeting, because it's for them, you know what I mean? And we could sit up here all day long and,
But for the survey, you mean, when she comes? or-
no, not just for the, I'm just talking about in general,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
I know what you're
Not the
saying, like,
survey.
you
I'm
would
just
want,
talking in
like,
general.
Part of this commission's charter is to keep the existing businesses that are in town,
You know,
but to also bring new ones in to
Yeah.
Yes.
foster economic development.
exactly,
we just don't want the businesses to feel like we're trying to
Creating
track
it,
and forgetting
yes.
about them, so.
Creating that packet
yeah,
of a new business coming into town, we need to make sure that we get on board with the town clerk, whoever that, if Karen remains
Yeah,
the town
Karen,
clerk
yeah,
after
yeah.
the next election,
yeah.
whoever the town clerk is, so that when a commercial property gets transferred,
Exactly,
we automatically have that right there. The town clerk has a stack of them, property gets transferred, here, Mr. Lawyer is,
or if you have any questions, feel
package.
free to contact us, or come to a meeting.
But it'll be, yeah, I mean, we're just gonna point them to the different areas, we're not gonna do the work for those areas, we're just gonna, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Just
yeah.
saying, you have to go talk to this one for that, you have to talk to that one for that.
Yeah, just kinda help ease the transition
Yeah.
into town.
Are there
Yeah.
business cards? Does
Here's
everyone in
the-
town have business cards?
here's the key
You can stick
people,
those in there.
Yeah,
here's
Yeah.
the key people, here's our zoning enforcement officer, town clerk, building department, well, you can access all of building, health, and planning and zoning off of one number. You call and you talk to one person. Here's the selectman's office, here's economic development, here's how you can get in contact with us. Here's all the key players that are going to help you either establish or grow your business.
All of that is available right now on the town website, everything, right
If you
there.
have a lot of patience. Generation Connect is not going to go through all of the antiquated webpage scenario that is up there right now. It has to be immediate. It's immediate satisfaction or no satisfaction.
The welcome pack, we can just do like a little hit list,
Yeah,
one page thing, this is this person, this is this person, this is what they do. You just go. You put a checkbox in front of people, like they can check it off and they go.
Mhm.
now does Karen already do that, does she let us know when,
No.
Okay.
No.
but she's very accommodating, I'm sure she wouldn't mind at all, yeah.
just as another
Yeah,
one,
she's
if a
great.
new business gets registered in town, and she can only access the ones in town. So if you open up an LLC with the state, it's not going to show up here unless somebody physically comes in and.
Yeah,
Can we hit an impasse here?
the ideas are all used up, I think, right now.
Not really.
All that's on the agenda. I just want to let other people, other members know that Peter, myself, and Michael, and Richard would be going to the municipal training for tomorrow that Pete, you had brought to the meeting a month or so ago. Transformational approach to municipal economic development. So we'll be going that, and hopefully we'll be able to bring some information back to this meeting. That's all I have.
Do we, public comment? It's not on the agenda. Not that I have scheduled.
I can hear you,
I know.
and I know you know I can hear you. I do have a question.
Alrighty,
We
we're
have,
gonna
we have to
open
wait
the
until you open up.
motion
the
for,
public
I was gonna
hearing.
ask
public
one
comment.
other thing first.
I'd like to,
I was gonna ask one other thing first.
sure.
For the, uh, for our public discussion is gonna be coming up on that zoning application. For the next meeting, we should think about putting something together and then sending it out through a company like Vistaprint to just quickly distribute it.
Why can't we use our email system
We
and
could
put it
use
in the
email.
paper?
Yeah,
We got money to put in the legal ad,
we could do that.
but we better get that
We need to
Drawn
get
up.
that out. Drawn
June
up.
second meeting.
Get what out of enough phone.
Yeah, we
So
could,
Well, I
notify
thought it was
people,
tonight.
the residents of town about the, square footage of retail businesses being increased, and that there's going to be a public hearing at the planning and zoning on,
Was that
June
technically a public hearing, or they?
I
That's
believe
when,
it
June
is
9th?
No, 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 is it technically a public hearing?
I
Yes, it
understand
is.
it is going to be,
As
It's-
opposed to the, because they're just receiving the letter, right?
they
they've
have already
already
got the
received
letter,
it.
they've already got
And they've
it.
said, they've stated in the minutes it's gonna be a public hearing?
I have been informed.
Now, after that, are they going to planning and zoning, are they gonna
That's
vote on
where
it?
it'll go after
Okay,
that.
so right after that,
Yeah,
and
and
then, okay.
that-
Well, legally, what they have to do is, because it's a zoning application change, the zoning enforcement officer received it, it went off to the regional office, so that other towns get notice of that.
Yeah,
Now it goes before the planning, at that meeting when they accepted our application, they had to set a public hearing date, because that's a requirement when it goes off to the regional office. They set the public hearing date, they have to open the public hearing, hear anybody that has anything for or against. They close the public hearing, and then the zoning commission
Meets.
votes on it.
okay.
That's how the process goes.
they're gonna vote that night.
They're going to vote that night, and they are actually obligated to vote that night unless it runs past midnight.
And then
Where's
the
that gonna
same-
be held at?
It's, from what I understand, it's here. I
Right
don't-
here?
Yeah, can you see on,
I don't know,
the
if it's gonna be
website?
senior center.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'll take a look really quick.
Yeah.
Can't get enough people on the vote.
Yeah, well, it's the same night, it's also the concept for the Big Y. That plan is supposed to be going that night as well.
Oh, that night too?
Mhm.
Yeah, they might want to move it to the.
Yeah,
They
Is-
may.
Is
Let's
ours,
check them right
for
now.
Big Y to do what they wanna do though, do they have, do they need us to, do they need that approved? Our
By
application?
P and Z,
Yep.
P and Z has to approve.
No, but do they need the 110, are they gonna be
Oh,
above
no, 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 no,
the
no,
square
no,
footage?
no, that's retail,
Oh, okay,
you're talking about retail,
so that has nothing to do with,
Nothing to
they're
do
not
with that.
limited with anything they want to, oh, okay.
that's housing, it's got nothing
Alright,
to do with.
I didn't know if one had, one was off of the other, that's
No.
why.
Nothing to do with
Gotcha.
Even the conceptual plan for the.
the big white stuff,
Yeah.
I mean,
Building.
yeah, the housing stuff.
Not the housing stuff is a separate one.
But there was
But there's another
buildings,
The
conceptual
building,
plan.
none of that stuff's anywhere near 150,000 square feet.
yeah, but isn't it a combination though? That's what I thought, isn't it? Isn't it I thought that the square footage was a combination of what's on.
Isn't it individual buildings?
No,
The
it's
entire
what's
town?
on the entire
That's
lot.
why I was,
Entire lot.
that's why I was asking
Yes.
that.
is there any,
So I think it has to
I need
have
to
that.
see any other sheets or anything?
Actually, where did my map go, that we had last?
Right now, they still have that scheduled for here.
Yeah, right now.
One
It's a
meeting.
public hearing for here.
Oh,
So,
Well,
and
they don't have their agenda up yet.
Yeah, because see, they had buildings on here, so I wasn't sure,
Square feet, there you go. This is one of them.
but I thought it was like the whole, I thought it was a whole combination, so that's why I wasn't sure.
Well,
Map and everything.
When
That's
a Big
existing,
Y,
that's-
Here's the map.
Yep.
This is new, this is new.
Yep.
All those are new.
under the current zoning, if Big Y
There's one in here.
annexes this in, this continuous property here,
Mhm.
they can't build anything through here because they're already over the 40,000 square feet with this
Mhm.
single building.
So this does fall, so they need, so
They need this to occur.
they need this to happen. That's what was my understanding of it, is that they need that to happen in order for it to get approved at Big Y. That's
So one would think that the people from Big Y would be at the meeting, because they'd be trying to push it to get it done.
Because we're looking to get the conceptual plan approved.
I see that? No, I haven't seen that, cause I came on a little in here, yeah, let's see.
No, that was just when you were gone.
Okay,
We actually voted to move the meeting to Vegas, did you hear about
Yeah,
that?
nobody could get a flight out there.
Because you were only there for like 3 weeks. He had all the money to do the football team, but he lost it in all the games.
That was pretty good for lots that are ready.
So this is where the proposal is, huh?
See, once they changed it, McDonald's is right over there. I was all confused with this.
Yeah. All over there.
Well, this is the entrance now.
Wow, wow. This is all the housing back here.
Yep. So let's see. It was funny because I thought the solar was the parking lot. I was all confused. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, that's it, that's, yeah, I haven't seen any of these. Wow.
But, yeah.
So we could do, something that could go out, maybe put something in the paper, if somebody wants to do something. No, I am not.
What about that, what about a sign, I mean, in the center of town? What about the signs, that trailer thing they pull around with the big, why are we
Oh,
not using
the highway signs?
Yeah, why are, didn't they, I've seen that in town, they just
Those
use
are-
it for something, right?
Those
The
are
budget?
town assets, we could actually ask.
brought out.
Yeah. But I mean, stick it right at the rotary. I think I would hope a lot of people would show up for that, just to increase that square footage.
Those are town
A
assets.
lot of people don't know.
I don't
I
think
mean,
the
they
town
don't
can
know
vote
about
on
the
that.
budget, and I think it was
I
advertised
thought only
pretty well.
PZC was allowed to vote on that.
What?
On the square
But it's a
footage, right,
public
yes,
comment.
correct.
It's a public
Yeah.
hearing.
Right, right,
Yeah.
I thought you were thinking that the
Public
whole
hearing.
public had to
No.
vote, that's why you.
No,
were
no,
trying to-
they were just talking about, he brought up he was talking about voting.
Oh, sorry.
Try to raise attendance.
But, so open it up to public comment, so.
Yeah, it is a public hearing, so people can voice their opinions there, so.
You see this one? Okay. Yeah,
Would you like to borrow my papers?
I like that, thank you. That's nice.
This is one.
That's your wow.
I think public comment's gonna be really quick.
Because I wasn't.
Do we have a motion?
Motion for public comment?
I second.
Okay, is there anyone in the public who would like to say anything?
Surprise, surprise.
I mean, the woman in the back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
we
think I see a hand
up.
I think there's one.
Any word on Dollar General's actual closing?
Didn't
Does
work?
anyone know anything about that?
No, you still.
There was asbestos in there, and has anybody heard if it's closed officially yet?
What are you talking
I
about?
mean,
Sorry, what's that?
The Maple Grove property, has that officially closed yet for Dollar General to move in?
I don't know officially.
Does anyone know what's holding it up at this point?
No.
I was under the impression that it had already closed.
Oh, okay.
And it's the impression that I was under. Hey,
Would
could be
Dave know,
mistaken.
if I just asked Dave Humber? Would
Uh,
he know, or?
Okay.
Well,
Karen
Karen would know.
Karen would know.
Oh, Karen, okay, I'll do
It's required to be recorded with Karen.
Okay,
There you go.
I'll just do that. I'm just a little confused on the survey correct thing, it's the same person? She's gonna, is this
Alyssa,
Alyssa?
she's coming to the.
She's
June-
coming and she's gonna help with the survey,
She's gonna discuss the dynamics of the survey,
okay.
and.
So that they can do the survey.
Right, and so they're gonna do a survey, but they're not gonna do a report this time, like they did in 2006, or is that two different things?
A full economic analysis, including a survey.
Okay,
And including the impact if the hospital was to close.
okay.
There's many facets to it. It includes the survey, the utility expansion project, all of these dynamic parts that are going to improve the business climate in this town.
Okay, and the last question, I already said it, it was, so the letter that you guys approved last week, that was sort of saying that you were okay with what was happening up at the Big Y?
Yeah.
And up at the Big
Conceptual
Y,
plan,
yeah, this conceptual plan,
right.
does anybody wanna tackle that a little bit and explain, cause the letter was sort of vague, and so you guys were just passing around that map, so on that map, there's the senior housing, there's solar, there's Big Y, and then there's like several lots up there, are those lots gonna be retail property?
Yes.
Okay, and so do you have something that you have planned going in there, or you're just hoping
The
that
plan,
once?
it's a conceptual plan that's being submitted to the planning and zoning.
Okay,
By Big
that-
Y.
by Big Y, so it's Big Y's
Y's
plan,
It's Big Y's plan.
that's going to, and it's coming to PZC the same night as the, upping the cap. And do they need they need the cap
June.
upped because this plan is bigger than, it's
Huh?
110?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with it.
No.
Oh, it's not connected?
The square footage, no?
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with the big Y plan. Isn't that what you asked?
Yes, I'm just wondering if they're connected, so
I
raising the
think,
cap has to do with,
Separate issue?
Two independent things.
It's two independent.
so the big Y is hoping to put in maybe 2 or 3 things like what? Does anybody know?
I don't know, I think that would
I don't
be
know
more
how
on
to
planning
answer
and
that.
zoning, right? They would know more about the
Alright, I can
specifics
ask.
of that maybe,
Right.
right? Cause
Because
they've probably seen proposals, I don't know, I haven't heard anything.
when you look at that map, if it's all one, like, maybe that's, maybe the thing, maybe they're gonna subdivide it, or maybe the rules are different.
Well, I
for
mean, I'm
subdividing.
looking at, that map looks, I mean,
If you look at, because Big Y is already at the max right now, you would think with that plaza, and
looks
now
like
look
maybe
at that map.
possible
and look
future
how huge
development,
that's
but I don't
gonna be.
know, just by this, the planning and zoning would probably,
That's
Yeah, I talked to
why,
Dave a little bit
They would
last
probably have more
Tuesday,
on-
but I wasn't
Yeah.
sure
cause I
how
haven't
it
heard
was all
anything.
connected, that's all.
Yeah.
I
Right,
think
right.
there's
I'll
a
ask him. I'll
distinction-
just
It's
ask
just
Dave.
like a showing support
I think
for
there's a
the
distinction
conceptual
between
plan.
Yes.
Big Y
Yes, I thought it,
rental
my
Like the-
understanding, we had to show support so they can do a
versus,
traffic
right,
study.
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Versus-
that's really all that
See,
was.
that's not showing
Uh,
subdivision
showing
on it.
Well, no,
different boards and commissions in the town showing support so that the state of Connecticut Department of Transportation can start the traffic study. So that when the new cut goes in on 190, if a traffic light is required, they're going to have the assets in place when that new cut is made.
That was the real purpose of the letter.
Yes,
It
no,
was
right,
required.
it just, with all the different things happening right now in town, it's just sort of confusing to figure out which, you know, what people are approving or not approving, cause there's hospital stuff, there's sewer stuff, there's gas
Yeah.
line stuff, there's solar stuff, there's this new housing stuff, so
Mhm.
it's like,
It's a lot of meetings.
yeah, yeah.
No, Diane, if you look at this, it looks like there are some proposed buildings, it must be like future, see that, I'm just looking, see that right there?
Oh, yeah.
Proposals, I don't know, that looks like there's future,
Solar.
probably some
But-
future
Big
development
Y.
here.
Yeah.
Then again, you have to look at this is
So
a
it'll be
real
zoned,
conceptual.
exactly, so
Yeah.
possible businesses coming in, it looks like.
Yeah, that's just.
Where's Ruby's? That,
Rubies,
is that here, is this
Ruby's?
where the new entrance is? It's the liquor store.
I don't think it's
No,
gonna make
it's
that
not
big a
on that
difference.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
cause I thought that
further
was
down,
the
yeah, it's
new-
further down, that's why,
Right.
cause see, here's,
It's on
okay,
there.
here's
I think
Scott
it was on
Dobson's,
that map.
Yeah,
and then here's Dick Hazard's,
yeah.
and this must be the big one, stuff
Oh,
right
so
here.
this is like the main.
It's gonna come right through there.
It's
Oh.
all
That road.
changing, right?
See, this is the first time I saw this.
'Cause
Okay, alright, thanks.
Yeah. I do see, but it's very small print, proposed buildings.
Yeah,
then-
One says 10,000.
Then it has the new driveway.
See, that's the part I was confused about, is, you know what I mean? the-
Yeah.
Where it has all those buildings and stuff, so. I didn't know if it needed our application.
Maybe I would ask planning and zoning next meeting if they
Yeah.
have any
Yeah.
specifics on that.
yeah, Dave talked to me, but he didn't have the actual map, so
Yeah.
he couldn't show me anything. Alright, thank you.
Yeah,
All
no
set.
problem.
That's it for public comment?
Any other public comment? Going once, going twice?
Sure.
Motion to
I'm
close.
making them right along.
Yeah, right.
Building flow?
No, buddy, come on, I go
Wanna
run
make a motion to
Little League,
adjourn?
all kinds of things now.
Somebody made a motion.
Oh, you're a grown-up now.
Oh,
I still picture you as that.
coaching,
If you make a
I don't
motion
know.
to adjourn.
That's what I'll be doing all
I
tomorrow
think
night.
Sal's making a motion to adjourn.
You want me to make, I'd make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second.
Third, fourth.
All for it, then.
Adjourned at 8 o'clock?
All in favor?
Aye.
Come on, I'm much more reserved now.
Look, Jeff, I'm surprised
You know what's over when you can't get
Did
more
you end
minutes
up
in a
with
couple.
tattoos?
I know. Now I'm on camera looking at the map in my.
Did you end up with any tattoos?